Hi, everybody. I'm back with a brand new story, and today's story is Amazing Grace. It's by Mary Hoffman. Grace was a girl who loved stories. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. She didn't care if they were in books or movies or out of Nana's long memory. Grace just loved stories. And after she heard them, and sometimes while they were still going on, Grace would act them out. And she always gave herself the most exciting parts. Grace went into battle as Joan of Arc, and she wove a wicked web as Nancy the spider. She hid inside the wooden horse at the gates of Troy, and she went exploring for lost kingdoms. She sailed the seven seas with a peg leg and a parrot. So she loves all kinds of stories and she loves acting out the stories. How many of you like to do that too? Very interesting. She was Hiawatha sitting by the shining big sea water and Mowgli in the backyard jungle. Most of all, Grace loved to act out adventure stories and fairy tales. And there was no one else around. Grace played all the parts by herself. She set out to seek her fortune with no companion but her trusty cat. And she found a city with streets paved of gold. Or she was Aladdin rubbing the magic lamp to make the genie appear. She likes to have fun. It's fun to act out stories. Sometimes she could get Ma and Nana to join in when they weren't too busy. Then she had Dr. Grace and their lives in their hands. One day, Grace's teacher said that they would do the play Peter Pan. Grace knew who she wanted to be, and when she raised her hand, Raj said, "You can't be Peter. That's a boy's name." But Grace kept her hand up. "You can't be Peter Pan," said Natalie. "He isn't black." But Grace kept her hand up. "All right," said the teacher. "Lots of you want to be Peter Pan, so we'll have auditions next week, and then we'll choose the parts." And she gave them words to learn for their audition. So she really wants to be Peter Pan. But a lot of other people do too, a lot of other kids in the class. When Grace got home, she seemed sad. "What's the matter?" asked Ma. "Raj said I can't be Peter Pan because I'm a girl." "That shows you what Raj knows," says Ma. "A girl could be Peter Pan if she wants to." Grace cheered up, and later she remembered something else that made her very sad. "Natalie says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm black." Ma looked angry, but before she could speak, Nana said, "It seems that Natalie is another one who doesn't know anything. You can be anything you want, Grace, if you put your mind to it." And that's some very good advice from her mother. On Saturday, Nana told Grace that they were going out, and in the afternoon, they caught a bus and a train into town. Nana took Grace to a grand theater. The sign outside read Roswell Wilkins and Romeo and Juliet in the sparkling lights. "Are we going to the ballet?" Nana asked Grace. "We are, honey, but first, I want you to look at the picture." So can you guys all see the picture? Grace looked up and saw a beautiful young ballerina in a tutu, and above the dancer it said, "Stunning new Juliet." "That one is little Rosalie from back home in Trinidad," said Nana. Her granny and me, we grew up together on the island. She's always asking me, do I want tickets to see her dance? So this time I said yes. And after the ballet, Grace played the part of Juliet, dancing around her room in her imaginary tutu. I can be anything I want to be. And you can. On Monday, the class met for auditions to choose who is best for each part. When it was Grace's turn to be Peter, she knew exactly what to do and all the words to say. She'd been Peter Pan all weekend. She took a deep breath and she imagined herself flying. When it was time to vote, the class chose Raj to be Captain Hook and Natalie to be Wendy. There was no doubt who would be Peter Pan. Who do you guys think is going to be Peter Pan? Everyone voted for Grace. You were fantastic, said Natalie. She really practiced. She really wanted to be Peter Pan. And there she is as Peter Pan. The play was a big success, and Grace was an amazing Peter Pan. And after it was all over, she said, I feel as if I could fly all the way home. You probably could, said Ma. Yes, said Nana. If Grace put her mind to it, she can do anything she wants. And that was Amazing Grace by Mary Hoffman. I hope you enjoyed that story, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy, everyone.